everybody, it's Kenzie Knox and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be painting this festive Thanksgiving painting of a turkey. And so it should be fun and relaxing, so sit back, relax, and let's get painting. So as you can see on my palette, I've got about every shade of green, along with blue and red, scarlet red, and regular blue, primary blue. I have a yellow ochre, lemon yellow right here, regular yellow, and then fluorescent yellow over here. I've got olive green, light olive green, and then these are regular greens and phthalo green, hooker's green, sap green, light sap green, lime green, brilliant yellow, green, yellow orange, and then I've got burnt umber and raw umber. You don't have to add these colors to your palette right away, you can just add them as we go. But starting off with my 1-inch oval mop brush, I'm going to dip into some white and some light permanent blue, and I'm just going to start painting in the sky. And so just let those colors blend together on the canvas. Today I'm working on 11 by 14 mixed media paper that's been primed with 1 layer of gesso. And we're going to bring down that sky almost 2/3 down the canvas. Once you're done painting your sky, go ahead and rinse off your brush, and then we're going to start picking up some burnt sienna and painting in our ground. And then we're just blocking in some colors here, so just go ahead and paint this in. And if your paint's not flowing, go ahead and wet your paintbrush a little bit to help that paint spread along the canvas. Next, we're going to take our size 4 filbert brush and we're going to dip into our burnt umber and we're going to start painting in our wagon wheel. So just create a large circle that's semi off the canvas, but it goes almost all the way up to the top of the sky down to the ground area. And so just make this wheel about maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches thick, and just fill in the entire wheel, or not fill in the entire wheel, but color the wheel portion of it just in this burnt umber color. And once you're done with that, you can go ahead and paint a circle right in the center of the wheel, and that is going to be our axle. And from there, we're going to create several spokes coming off of it. I believe there's going to be about 8 in total, but you can make as many or as little as you'd like. And once you're done with your wheel, we're going to go ahead and rinse off our brush, and then we're going to pick up some olive green shade, and we're going to start painting in our grass. So just paint in some strokes that are long and tall. They can be, at this point I decided to use my size 4 angular brush because my grass strokes were just too thick and I wanted them to be thinner at the top and maybe thicker at the base. So just paint in some grass strands. I decided to do tall grass and short grass. It's really up to you how long you want your grass to be, but I wanted it to cover the wheel as if it had been there for a while. Make sure you carry that grass all the way over to the right side of the canvas so that you have grass on all around the wheel. Once you're satisfied with this initial layer of grass, we're going to go ahead and rinse off our brush and then dip into some of our sap green. And we're going to use that to add some darker, more rich hues of grass. We're going to add several layers of grass to this, so you don't have to have each single piece of grass showing. This is going to be semi in the background, so it can be kind of blurry. It does not have to be perfect by any means. Once you're satisfied with that sap green, go ahead and tap into your light olive green, and we're going to start creating some highlights for the grass pieces. Once you're satisfied with the highlights of the grass that you've created, go ahead and rinse off that brush. I'm going to grab a rake brush. If you don't have one of these, you can continue using your angular brush, but I'm going to dip into some sap green and create some grass blades or grass areas on the dirt. I decided to make clumps of grass to make it, I just decided to create clumps of grass. You can create a full field of grass, you can create little sparse grass pieces, you can create whatever you'd like. This is going to be the area where the turkey is going to be standing upon, so just keep that in mind. Next, we're going to rinse off our brush and tap into that light olive green, and we're going to start creating these blades of grass again over the sap green grass blades. Once you're satisfied with the grass field that you've created, go ahead and rinse off your brush. And we're going to tap into one more highlight shade, that brilliant yellow-green shade, and we're just going to add some finalized highlights to the grass. Once you're satisfied with your grass, go ahead and grab your size 4 angular brush and tap into some raw umber, and we're just going to go around the inside of the wheel creating a 3D or three-dimensional object. We're also going to go on the inside of the spokes, so choose one side of the spokes to darken so that it looks as though there's a shadow, because these are three-dimensional objects, so we're just trying to make it look more realistic. Although it appears there is a contrast on the canvas with this camera, the lighting is actually really bright, so I decided to go in with black and recreate that same shadow effect that we created with the burnt umber, or the raw umber, I'm sorry. Once you're done shadowing the wheel, go ahead and rinse that brush off and grab a small rake brush. I have a size 10 rake brush that I'm using, and it's a flat rake brush. And I'm going to grab some cobalt blue and create some wood grain with that. So I'm just going around the wheel and around the spokes, and I'm just drawing in some quick little wood grain areas. And once we're done with our wheel, we can then begin on our turkey. So rinse off your brush, and we're going to go back to our filbert brush and grab some scarlet red, and we're going to create the face of the turkey, or that little goblet thing that hangs around the neck of the turkey first. So just paint that on in, and then we're going to go above the turkey and create those little feathers on the top of the head. And once you're done with the feathers, we can go ahead and create a quick beak just for placement purposes. And then create the rest of the head shape. And now we're going to the back of the neck and the front of the neck. Just break this down into very easy shapes and sizes and proportions. So make the neck go inward on the inside and then bulge back out so the stomach will match to where the beak reaches. So just keep that in mind. And keep in mind the size of the turkey too. We want the turkey to be pretty big size of the canvas. And then we're going to arc the back up and the feathers over, and the feathers should reach to the top of the head. So at the top of the tail area, it should be as high as the head is. And then continuing down, the feathers should go inward slightly, and then you'll have the little butt area of the turkey and then the legs. So just paint that in. You can sketch this in with chalk or a pencil if you'd like, but sometimes it's just easier just to paint it in. So since the top part of our turkey is going to be red and orange, I'm just going to paint in the top section of this turkey in scarlet red. Carry these feathers along the back side of the turkey as well. And then slightly down the tail or back side, and then around the little wing area too. Don't forget about the little wing that it has. Once you're satisfied with the red section of the turkey, we're going to paint the rest of the turkey in with phthalo green. So just fill in the rest of the empty spaces with phthalo green. And you can tap it in if you'd like to create some texture, but we'll be going over this so much it probably won't matter that much. Once you're done painting in the phthalo green area, grab some phthalo blue with that same filbert brush, that size 4 filbert brush, and we're just going to start painting in around the legs and just darkening in some of the areas. So just follow me as I go along painting in this turkey. Once you've detailed the areas with the phthalo blue, we're going to now rinse off our brush and pick up some orange and some white. So mix those together because we need a lighter shade of orange to really be seen, which you can't really see unless you make it opaque first. So we're going to lighten up the area and then darken it over with the orange and some yellow shades. Keep in mind at this point we want to start creating some of the texture of the feathers. So you want the shape of this orange and white color to really sort of match where the feathers will be. Once you're satisfied with those feathers, rinse off your brush, grab some phthalo blue, and we're just going to outline the head area, like where the eye will be and where the feathers start are separated from the goblet and whatnot, and the beak too. And once you're done with that, go ahead and rinse off your brush and add some turquoise to your palette. And then just follow along as I add some turquoise feathers to this bird. Next, we're going to add some aqua green to our palette, and we're going to start going over some of the feathers of the turquoise feathers with the aqua green. And then once we're done with that, we're going to rinse off our brush, tap into our lime green shade or our light permanent green shade, and go over some of these feathers again. Over the next few steps, we'll be intermingling the turquoise, the light aqua green, and this lime green color to create the feathers, because we will need several layers of acrylic paint in order for it to really show up and stand out. And remember that the color, the acrylic paint, does dry darker than it is when you first apply it, so we will need multiple shades in order for the brightness and the colors to really shine through. Going back to the aqua green color, I'm going to add in some feather texture here. So it's important to create the actual shape of the feathers that you want to be here. It really makes a difference rather than just adding blobs of paint everywhere. So you can tap in the feathers or just pull them along, pull the filbert brush sideways to create these long sweeping feathers. Just try to create some sort of texture in this area. Grabbing some more green, we're going to add some more feathers right here real quick, and then we're going to rinse off our brush and tap into some of that orange and add some orange feathers in between the green and teal feathers. Or not teal, turquoise and light aqua green. Grabbing some more orange, we're just going to go into the neck area and start filling in these feathers that consist of this, the neck of the turkey. Grabbing some scarlet red, we're now going to add some feathers to the bottom of the neck area, as well as to the inside of the neck area. Grabbing some orange and white, we're just going to fill in the little head area. And then taking some scarlet red, we're just going to add in some more red feathers. Using turquoise, we're going to create some additional feathers or cover up some of the aqua green feathers and then go back over them with aqua green as well as lime green. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to use lime green, some aqua, and some turquoise, and some red perhaps, just to go over the areas of the feathers, just to create layers and layers of feathers upon feathers. And at this point, I think we are ready to add our luminous colors. So add luminous red, luminous orange, and luminous yellow to your palette and start filling in these super bright highlights. So using luminous red on the head and the goblet and the neck, and as well as the orange, the luminous orange, and the luminous yellow will both go on the neck and the feathers around the turkey. And once you're done highlighting or fixing any feathers that you wish to fix, we can go ahead and pick up a liner brush, grab in our yellow ochre, and then we can start creating the feet and the talons. So each foot has, I believe, 3 front talons and 1 in the back, as well as a hook in the back of its leg. So just go ahead and paint those in. And then once you're done with that, take some crimson red and some phthalo blue and create a dark shade that we're going to use to shadow the feet of the turkey. And then after we're done shadowing the feet of the turkey, we'll go in with a highlight using yellow, ochre, and white. Once you're finished with the feet, we can take that crimson red and phthalo blue color and recreate the eye, as well as go between the feathers and create some contrast. Just as we created contrast on the lower part of the turkey, we're now going to create contrast on the top part using crimson red. And we're just going to outline some of the feathers, creating that texture. Once you're done with this, you can add any final detail or highlights you would like to your turkey, just to make the color stand out brighter. And then we can start on a shadow for the turkey. Using my size 4 filbert brush, I'm going to take some olive green and start creating a shadow around each foot of the turkey, and then I'm going to create shadows for the legs and then the bottom of the turkey. Once you're done with the shadow, we can go ahead and create some grass that will be in front of the turkey's feet. So use that olive green shade followed by the light olive green shade. And then once you're done with that, you can add some additional highlights to the grass using yellow or lemon yellow, just around the turkey. And I'm also going to take some lemon yellow and apply it to some of the feathers of the turkey, just to lighten them up a hair. And lastly, I'm going to add some final details to the turkey with scarlet red. I'm just going to sharpen up some of the feathers and recolor them in. And then I'm going to take some turquoise and continue the feathers up the front of the turkey a little bit as well. And then lastly, I'm going to take some crimson red and phthalo blue and just create a little shadow for the goblet of the turkey and around the head of the turkey, just to define it a little bit better. And then taking some luminous red, I'm just going to highlight the top hairs or feathers of the turkey on its head. And then at that point, we're now done our turkey painting. So I hope you've enjoyed this YouTube tutorial. I know I have. Please remember to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye!